Lauren, did I tell you I fell down?
How did you fall down?
I have a doodle. Her name is Stormy,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk her twice a day. But this particular day, I was doing what I call the long walk. And I live on the west side of Jacksonville, and I was walking from Fishware Park to Boone Park. So when I got into Boone Park, I heard the telltale clink clink of pickleball. And I decided to get off the trail and walk over. I said, "Come on, Stormy, let's go over here and see who's playing pickleball." And when I got over there, it was a bunch of people playing pickleball. And so I was trying to be cute and tripped over a stump and fell flat on my face right there in the park. Why did the man ask me, "Are you okay? Do I need to call an ambulance?"
I mean, were you okay?
I was fine.
Okay.
I jumped right up, I meant to do that.
Oh, my goodness. You know there's a word for that, right?
What?
Nosy.
Oh.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Stormy was looking at me like, "What's going on, Mom?"
It's like, what's happening?
But anyway, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about citations and writing resources in the library.
Okay. I think I got something for that for VR. I know it's always a challenge for me, but I got something for that.
All right.
You got my questions and you don't want to guess. I got a recommendations and that I can suggest. Yes, this library questions got a part of request. Here's Burl and Laura with instruction request.
Hey, Ospreys. My name is Lauren Odom, and I am the instruction librarian.
And I'm Burl White Bing. I am the virtual learning librarian in the Thomas G. Carpenter Library.
And we are Instruction Request, where we talk about common research questions, helpful resources,
and immersive technology available in the Virtual Learning Center.
All right. So I will take the clicker because I have a few slides.
I'm sorry.
Thank
Here's
you
the
very
clicker.
much.
The clicker.
All right. So we will start with the research question of the day.
Okay.
And it is related to citations.
All right.
So we had a student come through the library chat and ask, is there anyone who could confirm if my APA 7 references are correct? They get confusing when found online, but reference medical journal, article, ebook, etc. And so we've actually had quite a few people coming through the library chat for citation help. That is one of the limitations of the chat, though. They can't really provide any support outside of maybe providing links to where you can go to learn more about citations, but you would have to come directly to your UNF librarians for us to support you with references. So I was able to follow up with that student via email, but I do want to encourage students to either send an email to LibAnswers or schedule a research consultation for citation support, because citation support can get a little involved, and we need to be able to relay to you the different aspects of the citation for it to make sense. So it's not really like a quick fix kind of thing that could happen in a chat, unfortunately. In this case, the student was referencing an OER textbook that was online, and she used some information that was in one of the chapters, but there was no author. There were two editors. And so it was one of those special cases that happens. And I went to confer with Sarah, one of our other instruction librarian colleagues. She is the STEM online learning librarian. And she is heavy into the OER resources, actually. So we kind of kicked around some ideas and figured out that it would be best in that type of scenario to just reference the entire textbook instead of trying to specify the chapter only. And I also recommended to the student to use the OWL at Purdue, which is the online writing lab at Purdue. And I push this particular resource heavily. I encourage students to bookmark it on their computer. You will need it at some point in your career in university as you're writing. And Purdue is really good because they stay up to date on APA, MLA, and Chicago style. And it's good about addressing those really niche, really specific scenarios that you might run into, such as this one where there's no author, but there's editors, and there's no title, but there's a publication title, and just different kind of odds and ends that you might run into, where you don't necessarily know how to look through the manual and find it. So yes, the OWL at Purdue, and then we have a number of citation databases available, as well as citation management tools that can help build these things for you, as long as you double check them for accuracy, which is the main thing. Whenever you're using citation tools in OneSearch or a reference citation manager, you must always double check them for accuracy.
Yes, and with the citations, you reminded me of Sarah also got a lot of annotated bibliography research consultations. So if you're a faculty member who has assigned some type of citation assignment where you're going to do an annotated bibliography, or you're trying to do a paper with a lot of resources, just give us a heads up so that we can share the wealth, because she got a lot on one day. And we all can do it.
Right.
So we can spread the wealth around and help the students where one librarian isn't overwhelmed over another.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have professors that reach out to us and let us know, hey, I'm assigning, this to my class, and I'm going to have students come as a requirement to meet with a librarian. And so that way we can know, and as Beryl said, we can kind of divvy up responsibilities and share, or if one person is out, then we will actually know what's kind of coming down the pipeline so that we make sure that we're available.
And increase our availability, because sometimes we block our schedule for, to prepare things. But if we have a lot of students who are trying to get help, in addition to open office hours or pop-up library instruction or research consultations, we can open up our schedule a little more to be able to accommodate. And in research consultations, we can accommodate more than one student.
Yes, that's a very great point.
Yeah, so that we don't really need just one-on-one. So if it's a group of students, so you have 28 students, 5 of them can come into Zoom and learn about annotated bibliographies, or how to cite certain things, or if they're creating a long reference list and they have a bunch of questions. Many of them can be in Zoom and talk to one librarian.
Yes, to our students and to faculty that may be watching, you can let your students know that on the form, when you schedule a research consultation, there is an option that asks, is there more than one person that will be attending this consultation?
That's true. And that's okay. And you don't have to, it's not to block you, it's to count you.
It's to count you. It's just to give us, that heads up that there will be more than one person in that meeting. And I've had a research consultation where 2 students came in person.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. I helped the one, and the other person waited their turn. I helped the other, and it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what's happening in instruction?
Oh, you don't have any slides? Or did you already show your slides?
Oh,
you already showed them. Okay.
No, I haven't showed them yet.
Oh, my bad. Blot that out, Andy. Okay.
Andy's
What's
not gonna
happening
blot
in
that out.
instruction? Okay. Well, the only thing I know in the VLC is camp time.
Oh, yes. Playful computing.
Playful computing is coming.
Yes.
I have 3 weeks of playful computing coming. I also have
Tell our audience what playful computing is.
playful computing is just that. Children coming to the VLC to experience virtual reality in a playful way.
Yes.
And we've broken them down into smaller groups,
Mhm.
1 adult per 5 children. And I'm in the process of creating lesson plans for them. I'm going to try to get them into some physics programs like
Physics, nice.
the roller coaster is, motion.
Yeah.
That's physics. And then they're also going to be drawing. I'm going to have them create houses in 3D. And there's a VR program called Immersive. So it's an educational app, and I'm going to try to get them to do Immersive. So we only have 3 sessions that they're coming into VLC, but I'm excited that I'm able to accommodate playful computing.
Wonderful.
Also, I have a group of deaf and hard of hearing students that are coming, high schoolers.
Nice.
They come to UNF every summer, and they stay on campus to give them the college experience. And one of their sessions, enrichment sessions, is coming to the VLC. Last year it was pretty interesting because I selected a lot of closed caption experiences so that they would be able to use the VR and read. They didn't use one of them. They wanted to use everything else.
Okay.
VR is so intuitive. If you are used to being intuitive, it's very intuitive. So they were able to use all of the VR apps. I was very pleased.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm excited
wonderful.
for them to come back again this year too.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah.
And American Library Association conference is coming up in June.
Yes.
I am presenting
Again.
I'm bringing it's called Beyond Books, Virtual Reality in the Academic Library. And I'm going to be talking all about the Virtual Learning Center at the Thomas G. Carpenter Library at the University of North Florida.
This is Beryl's second year of making waves as an ALA presenter. This is like major. So that's wonderful.
Should I do this?
Yes, get your shoulders off.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Yeah.
So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of brainstorming some really cool new ideas for fall.
Yes.
Right? We can't really speak on
talk
it yet,
about it
but
right now, but it involves movement.
yes. Yes.
Librarians coming out of the library.
Librarians coming out of the library.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Me too. I'm excited.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk about citations. So we have a few databases that will help with figuring out how to cite your sources properly in whatever format you may need help with. So thank you, Andy. So we're going to go to the Citation Styles database list. First things first, you go to the UNF Library website at unf.edu/library. You click on the database list link next to the OneSearch search bar. And under the subjects drop-down menu, you can scroll down to Citation Styles. And it will take you to a list. We have 7 databases under Citation Styles. And so I just want to kind of scroll through to show the interface of each of them. So we have APA style, and that will, walk you through the different rules and things of APA. You have MLA, the MLA handbook is there. And we do have the physical MLA handbook in our library collection as well, if you prefer to turn pages. We have the Chicago style manual, AP style, AMA, and then we have Medeley. So Medeley is one of our reference managers, and you can go and download this, and this is one that will help build out your reference page, your bibliography, or your works cited page.
I've never used Medeley.
I've never used Medeley either.
we're gonna have to do a session on it.
Yeah, we'll have to do a session on it.
A session in instruction requests on Medeley, or just the reference managers.
Yes, and there is so I actually put together in a LibGuide last year for Osprey Connections, and I did use citation tools, and there is a video for how to use Medeley on that library guide, on that Osprey Connections.
So maybe we can put that on one of our sessions, maybe for the fall.
Yes.
And then there are some professors who prefer their students to use Medeley as opposed to RefWorks.
Yeah, and then that was the very last one.
Yeah.
RefWorks is the one that we primarily point our students to. This is available on the UNF Library website main page under the login drop-down menu. It will say RefWorks, and it will take you to this page. The first time that you use RefWorks, you will need to create an account. So you're going to click Create Account all the way at the bottom, not use Login from my institution. And then you'll use your, thank you, Andy. Then you'll use your UNF email. You'll create your own password, and then it will open up onto an interface. And from there, you can build folders for the projects that you're working on. As you're navigating OneSearch, as you're navigating most of our databases, not all of them, there is an option to export that resource to RefWorks. You can send all of the things that you're wanting to use in your research to the folder. And then this is also a tool where it will organize and build your bibliography, works cited, or reference page, as well as in-text citations.
Right. You can write in Cite with RefWorks. You can log into RefWorks, and as you're writing, you say, okay, I got this from that source. Give me the in-text citation according to the format that I want to use. So, yes.
Yes. So it has like most of the citation styles. It has all of the main ones that the institution is using, and then various ones. Someone came in the library chat, said they need help with ASA. That's a new one for me.
I don't even know what that stands for.
Me either. The librarian was able to help them, which is amazing, but they needed an ASA style citation. And so you can choose whichever format that you need inside of the reference citation manager. And RefWorks is integrated into the web version of Word that's available through Office 365 that all faculty, staff, and students have available through their MyWings. So once you open that up, there is a little acronym on the ribbon right next to the help option that says RCM. And when you click that, another button will pop up that says RefWorks Citation Manager. And when you click that on the right-hand pane of your Word document, you can sign in and choose the folder that you've been building. And then you will have all of your sources right next to your paper as you're writing, as Burrell was saying. And then you can write your summary or write your talking point, and then say, I'm referencing this, and include your citation there. There's also a plugin that you can add to the app version. So you can download that to your desktop version of Word as well if you prefer using the app.
ASA is the American Sociological Association.
Okay. Right.
ASA.
So you can use Medeley or RefWorks to help you with those special cases in when we don't have a database dedicated to that format.
Okay. Well, when you think about VR, you don't normally think about writing. I get that. But we do have tools that you can use, not just for writing, because everything is about everything these days is about immersion and being able to multitask and do offline things, online things, collaborate with team members. This summer, you're going to be in online classes, as opposed to there'll be more online classes than offline classes. And VR is a perfect medium to do that. So, Andy, if you put up my slides, did you know there was Microsoft Word in VR?
I did not know that.
Yes. Well,
what?
The Microsoft Word has a VR app in the Meta Store, and you can download.
Wow.
You can download it from the Meta Store, and it allows you to multitask, similar to something you might be doing, say, with an AR app. You can download, like, say, if you have the headset on, the MetaQuest headset on, then you can search multiple windows, create multiple screens. While you're writing, you can look at your databases or look at your
Wow.
information. You also can, on this screen, they have like a virtual background. But if you didn't want to be in a virtual background, say your kids were in the room and you wanted to see what they were doing, then you can do playthrough and actually see the room and continue working in VR where you can kind of concentrate on what you're doing.
Wow.
There is another app. Well, let me read you a little bit about MS Word. The Trusted Word app lets you easily create, edit, view, and share your documents with others. With Word, your office moves with you, whether you're a blogger, writer, journalist, columnist, student, or a project manager. Word is as handy as you want it to be. You can make impactful documents, scripts, blogs, write-ups, and resumes, and customize your documents with robust tools that enable you to accomplish your best writing with the best format options and templates. And that's Word. In VR.
In VR.
Okay. There's another productivity app called SpaceFrame. SpaceFrame is a spatial notebook for research, thinking, and writing. You can browse the web. It has multiple windows as well. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it has multiple windows as well. So you can create mood boards, or like if you are, you can see everything at once in an immersive virtual workspace. It has big screens. The computer gives you the biggest screen of all, a truly infinite canvas. You can use spatial memory and reasoning. Memory champions use imaginary spaces to store lots of information. You can block out distractions and get into the flow from anywhere. So SpaceFrame is available for you. You can create a mood board, research and write marketing copy. You can brainstorm and organize characters. You can take notes, draft a project list. It's got all types of things. It's called SpaceFrame.
That's really cool.
And that is on the VR, on the MetaQuest platform.
Now, do you know if you're able to download the work that you've done in VR?
Yes.
So that you can have it on
the
your computer?
MetaQuest 2 or 3 has a file program. So anything, like if I do a playthrough, that video is downloaded into the files on the headset, and you can connect the headset to a regular computer and get the files off, or it goes to the app on your phone and you can have it right there on your phone.
Okay.
So yes, anything you do in VR can be downloaded, pictures, videos, productivity, that type of thing. You can download OBJs, all types of things.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Then I want to mention my collaborative apps. These 3 apps, we mentioned Curio in our last episode, but I'm really going to be pushing Curio this year because it's a free app and it has a lot of availability for collaboration with the product, where faculty members can send their assignments to be uploaded for their students to access. And it has an unlimited amount of collaborative workspace that you can get into it, and you can have 10 students, 20 students, 30 students in Curio at one time, because I've done it. So I know that will work so that they can collaborate. It also has drawing tools. I had an instructor come by. She was a poetry instructor, and she wanted to use an application for her students to do a butterfly in the sky kind of thing, because they were writing poetry according to whatever they drew. And these types of apps can help with that as well. And if you put it back up, Gravity Sketch is a 3D design and collaborative application. And then, of course, OpenBrush is also, and OpenBrush is now multiplayer. So you can do multiple people playing open brush together.
Okay.
You open up a room, invite your friends or a class in to do that type of thing. And many times ideas and creativity spring from your imagination
Right.
in VR. So
Okay.
that's all I have.
Very nice.
hmm
Okay.
No library VR champion because all my
No.
champions are gone for the summer.
Yeah. No, not this time, but
Not
that's
this time.
okay.
But I am creating an augmented reality, another web-based augmented reality application to take with me to the ALA so that, and Dr. Kevin Fowle, our library VR champion
Yes.
from our very first library VR champion,
Yes.
is doing the coding for that app.
Okay.
So that it's going to be like a little business card, and when you scan the business card, it gives you a tour of the VLC. So maybe we'll have that here for us to look at the video.
Yeah.
Because CERT is producing the video,
All right.
and Dr. Fowle is doing the coding for the app, and then you just scan the app. You don't have to download anything on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You just scan the QR code, which initiates the app. And once you hover over the card, the video pops up.
Very nice. So I'm looking forward to seeing more about that and hearing more about your ALA presentation.
Yes, that
but
was
I think
your idea.
I think
We were
thank
walking,
you.
and you told me that
Hey,
would be a great thing to do.
hey, listen, and I think this is a great place for a shameless plug of the jazz experience.
Oh, yes.
It's been a while.
That's right.
Yeah.
The jazz experience is on the 3rd floor of the library, and we have 10 pictures and lithographs of jazz artists, famous jazz artists, and they're on the wall on the 3rd floor. And we have the QR code there. You just scan the QR code, hover over the pictures, and a video pops up telling you about the artist with a sample of their music.
Yes.
And that's permanently here at the Thomas G.
Yes,
Carpenter
at the
Library,
Thomas G.
right
Carpenter
outside the Virtual
Library.
Learning Center.
It is on the quiet floor, so we do ask that you have headphones of your own, but if not, you can come and borrow a set of headphones from the VLC.
That's true.
So that you can walk through that jazz
We
experience.
had a grant to
Yes.
get those headphones.
Yes. And the videos are narrated by yours truly.
Yes,
So-
Lauren is our narrator,
Yes.
and she has such a great speaking voice. I'm very Southern, but she's not. Well, she's Southern, but she
Not at
doesn't
work, I
sound
guess.
Southern. But anyway,
But anyway,
that's it.
wonderful. So next week, we're going to be talking about biographies.
Oh, biography is great. We're talking Earth and White. You'd always
Earth
come to
and
Earth and White when we're talking biographies.
Of course, of course. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Instruction Request. If you ever need help or have any questions, you can always schedule a research consultation, and you can always schedule an instruction request.
Yeah.